UVC, how are you all doing? Mainly Chris here with the contest response for Billy Hurst. I'm sure anyone who follows me follows Billy, but if you don't, you should, and there's going to be a link down here for you to do so. This is for Billy's 500 subscribers contest. Billy has a lot more subscribers than that, but these are the numbers he sort of attests to being his final community followers. So it's a bit of an estimate, but a huge number nonetheless. Billy's a great guy, excellent selection of music from rock through to country, well worth checking out if you haven't done so already. So, contest came in 3 parts. This is a bit of a celebration for Billy's 44th birthday, which was last month, which I wished him happy birthday for on Facebook. But what Billy wanted us to do was to show 4 albums from the year of his birth, which was 1974, 4 albums from the year of our birth, which in my case was 1964. I know, I don't look that old, but you know, trust me, 1964. And then as a bonus, to show 4 country albums. I'm not going to lie, I struggled a little bit with the albums from the year of my birth until Billy kindly mentioned I could use CDs and stuff like that. So that was very handy. So here we go. Starting off with Jimmy Smith with Stanley Turpentine. So here we go. This is Jimmy Smith with Stanley Turpentine, and this is Prayer Meeting. I love this album. It's absolutely superb. I'm not a huge jazz aficionado, but I do love a bit of Jimmy Smith. So there you go. 1964. The second CD, and the last one I'm going to show, thankfully, is Milt Jackson, Vibrations. This is Jap CD, which I picked up for about, I think, £2 or something in FOP. And if there's one thing I like in jazz as much as I like Jimmy Smith's organ, that sounds wrong, but anyway, Jimmy Smith's organ, it's the vibes, and Milt Jackson's brilliant. So excellent album there. Now on the vinyl. 2 bits I did have from the year of my birth is Dream with Dean. This is the Intimate Dean Martin. This was a record store day purchase, yeah. And it's lovely. It's just that sort of smoochy, croonery thing going on. It's a great album. One of those kind of Sunday albums, just to bung on and just not worry about, just relax to. And an album I think I've shown before, A Girl Called Dusty, Dusty Springfield. This is gorgeous, gorgeous album. She has such an amazing voice. I love this album. And if you like soulful female singers and you haven't got any Dusty Springfield, this isn't a bad place to start. Okay, on to the year of Billy's birth, which was 1974. And one of my favourite album covers of all time, got Blue Oyster Cult, Secret Treaties. What a wonderful album. Hugely underrated band in my book. They very clever with what they do without being arsey about it. But I mean, Buck Dharma, great guitarist. The whole band just fit together really well. Excellent album. Subhuman on this is superb. ME262, Harvester Revised, Flaming Telepaths, and Astronomy. And it's just chock full of classics, that one. We got a bit of Foggett. Energized, just brilliant, straightforward blues rock. stunning. Anyone who likes core, for instance, would probably like this, although I would say they weren't as twee as core, and I don't mean that necessarily in such a bad way, but this is perhaps a little bit more rocky. Great album. Love me a bit of Foggett. Then we've got Mountain, Twin Peaks, another brilliant cover. This is a double live album from '74 and was kind of famous in my youth because of the fact that one of the tracks, Nantucket Sleigh Ride, appears over 2 parts of the album. So you have 2 whole halves of the album as one song. Brilliant. I mean, Leslie West's playing is superb. Felix Pappalardi is probably my favourite bassist of all time. Just brilliant. Corky Lang's drumming. Gail Collins did the cover illustration of this and a number of their other albums. Absolutely superb. Highly recommend. Anyone, again, quite sort of bluesy, slightly jam bandy, very touch of psych. But anyone who likes that sort of 70s hard rock will love this. Brilliant stuff. From those of you in the UK will recognise Nantucket Sleigh Ride as the theme song to, what was it? World in Action or something like that, I think it was. Or Weekend World, which was a sort of political programme on a Sunday. But superb. And finally from '74, we've got I Want to See the Bright Lights Tonight by Richard and Linda Thompson. And this is just stunning. So it's gorgeous. Down Where the Drunkards Roll is just such a poignant song. Singer-songwritery, folky. Richard Thompson's great guitar player, very underrated. This is a superb album. Him and his missus doing that. Oh, ex-missus now, obviously. How we're doing? 7 minutes. Okay. Right. Now on to the country. And I'm not a huge country fan, probably because I don't really know it enough. My dad was a huge John Denver fan back in the day, but I know a lot of country fans consider him more to be singer-songwritery. So I'm not going to show any of the John Denver I've got, but I am going to go a little bit off kilter, perhaps, particularly with the starting one, and that is the Drive-By Truckers, Dirty South. And this is a mixture of kind of Americana, modern alt country and southern rock, but perhaps with more of a country bent, particularly in the lyrics associated with this band. I absolutely love them. Anyone who's into sort of southern rock should get into these. They're a brilliant live band. Yeah, Drive-By Truckers. I consider it to be country. You can disqualify me if you want. Now for a couple that no one will have any arguments with. Starting with Glen Campbell, Arkansas. Now this is a record that used to be my father-in-law's, who was quite into fairly straightforward country. Again, John Denver, and he had quite a number of Glen Campbell albums, which he's passed on to me. If I'm honest, I've probably spun this once, but there would be no way I would get rid of it. Just that connection with my father-in-law, and the fact that we would sit and listen to music, drinking whiskey until the early hours of the morning. You know, irreplaceable memories, and something like this, you know, it's worth more than the sum of its parts. But Glen Campbell. And then a bit of Johnny Cash. And this is At San Quentin. And I probably like this more than the Folsom Prison album. Um, I don't know what it is, and I know most people will sort of quote the Folsom Prison album, but I like this album better. It's one of those one of those albums that, again, I love putting on. It's almost a party album in a way. When you consider the setting of it and things like that, there's some great humour in it, and I think Johnny's on quite good form on this one. The track that kind of really resonates for me is A Boy Named Sue. Now, this was a track that my parents would sort of always point out if it came on the radio when we were kids. It's just been I don't know, not a novelty song per se, although I suppose you could call it a bit of a novelty song. But they always pointed it out. That and Big Bad John were the two kind of songs that they always kind of, listen to this, there's a story behind it kind of thing. And the only copy I've got of that song is on this album. So there you go, Johnny Cash. And then a little bit of alt country. Still got my Virgin Music special purchase, £4.99. Sticker on there. This is the Essential Collection, Steve Earle, We Ain't Ever Satisfied. And this is the album that got me into that whole alt country thing. Love Steve Earle, seen him live several times now. And he kind of moves more into and out of that country sphere, but he's such a fascinating chap. I think I showed his autobiography when I did my music books video. I mean, what a life. I mean, how he's still here is a miracle. The music produces is absolutely superb. So, yeah, I mean, this is just chock full of hits, but Devil's Right Hand, and in particular, the song Billy Austin really struck a chord with me. Love that. So there you go, 4 country-ish albums, but that's probably as close as I'm going to get. Now, if I'd been fully prepared for this and not just trying to rush it off while Jill's upstairs having a shower before we go out to the pictures, I would have remembered to press play on the CD player, and we were going to be listening to a little bit of Maria McKee. You've got to get Sin to Get Saved, which again is kind of sort of alt country-ish, but I absolutely love that song. You've Got to Sin to Get Saved is stunning. But as it happens, yeah, mean preparation, eh? Okay, that's it, folks. Congratulations on all those